Hello, very good morning, everyone. Um, Very good morning, dear Jemson. This time, the first time from a secret place, so to say. Welcome to our webinars. And yeah, Jemson inspired me saying, hey, maybe you're going to share a little bit of the insight of that.
The line is broken. Yeah, today's is was the third webinar that we have right
Was there
now.
was there a delay? Okay, yeah, short delay, some technical issues. Yeah, and as I said, we don't want
Wow.
to show too much details of this because this is our technology, and like I said, maybe the most modern machine for the production of heated sample lines. But I just wanted to give you a very short impression. And yeah, now I'm moving back to our conference room. Here, by the way, you can also have a little insight of us, saying
Wow.
that PSG, you're part of something great. So, yeah, but again, very good morning and warm welcome to this time webinars. Jameson, how are you?
Wow. I tell you, this is a kind of impressions whereby the engineering, uh, the stocks, right, the warehouses, the productions. I'm sure that after so many times I do a customers visits, doing presentations, many of time tells me, how does PSG construct the heated line?
Yeah. Okay. You have some echo, or is this okay?
No, it's good. It's good. I seeing you. I'm watching you. I'm walking back to the room.
Okay, that's great. All right. Yeah. So probe transportation. Actually, it's sample transportation, gas sampling lines. The today's webinar, and we are very happy to have all of you here with us. This time, like you said, James, and it's many people signed up for this. Which is just very great to see, and which is something we appreciate a lot. So we have a good presentation prepared. I have many different samples. I think we're talking about more than 2,500 different numbers of heated sample lines, at least 2,500. Yeah, so I think we can see really good numbers here, and this is something we would like to show and share. So, Jemson, let's start the presentation. Maybe you can start a little bit. This is our new overview. Jemson, you're going to see a better structure for our products in the very short future. The GSP, the gas sampling probes. Then we talk about tube bundles, X for extruded, F for flex, something we will explain here as well. The gas conditioning units, it's going to be GCU. And yeah, last part is our system integration, something we do quite successful here in Germany, nearby countries. And yeah, so very happy to open this session here with you, Jemson. This is, yeah, just a short overview from what you saw from the inside. Here's a picture from the outside in our yeah, new building, so to say. Just a short overview there. Yeah, but you can continue. I think some of the pictures, some of the impressions you already got. This is more also a presentation for someone who has not had the chance to visit us. I always want to invite people to come and see the technical details and the details of the details. So this is just some pictures from the machine we just showed you in our introduction in the video. I think we will explain a little bit about this machine and the advantages of this machine in very short when it comes really to the products. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different sections there. I must say, I had someone visiting us 2 weeks back, some a real expert in this industry, and I can tell you he was quite impressed because maybe that's the most modern machine for this type of technology. And this obviously makes the entire team and me very proud because it was kind of a tough thing to get there, but finally we achieved it and we arrived, and now we are more flexible to do any type of solutions, which we are going to share with you, obviously, now very soon. Good. Yeah, Jemison, let's, next to our PSG product strategy, where we say, okay, we have basic, plus, and process. This is also something we will discuss in the background of probe or sample transportation and sample transportation solution, because we also have basic, plus, and process. Basic, let's say, the more standardized solutions, plus a lot of individualization, as I said, more than 2,500 different solutions. And process is our ATEX, IECX area. Yeah, this is roughly the categorization for this. Okay, yeah, maybe Jemison, we discussed this quite some time. What would you say? I mean, we always say all of the three components, the sample extraction, meaning the gas sampling probe, GSP, the heated sample line, and the gas conditioning system, the gas conditioning unit, has to work very good so that you get a good and reliable measurement, right? But
Yes. Yes.
tell me, James, in the heated lines, what is the first thing, or the sample transportation? What is the first thing which crosses your mind if you think
Yeah.
about this?
It has the biggest or largest surface or the sample surface contact area, which means that any slight mistake, it will have a major impact in the analysis, and very much more than just what are the area that we are talking when we say a slight mistakes. Like I always say that we are offering an analytical sample transport line. An analytical sample transport line. What does it really mean to the buyer? We're actually talking about the absorptions and the desorptions of this tubing, the equal distribution of heat transfer from the beginning to the end, the dew point, ensuring all the sample is above the water as well as acid dew point, to ensure that the sample are totally vaporized in the most representative. All right. And I always want to borrow your word, right? To copy the words that you used to say, that this is the most underestimated, because all the end user always look at it as this is black holes. They cannot see what is really inside, unlike the other components. And therefore, this is something that, because they do not know exactly what is it, they are looking into, it's very difficult for them to do a comparison.
Yeah, that's true. And we want to change this with this webinar and with the education we do. I think we want to change this because we believe that this is an essential part of the sampling solution and of the sample handling solution. And I think we do not only say that because we brought ourselves maybe in a more or less unique position, as we are the only company now producing the gas sampling probes, the heated line, and the gas conditioning solution. So But for sure, that makes us unique to have such a deep knowledge. And now this the newest technology also for the production, for the development, and for the production of the gas sampling lines. Okay, if you go to the next slide, I think, Jemson, that can shortly already show one of the major problems here, and something you just mentioned, underestimated. Um, I think the right picture where it shows that a tube bundle or heated tube bundle and analyzer line started to burn, this is not only because of maybe its poor quality, it can also be that this comes from an installation issue, a commissioning issue, because it is not so easy. Sometimes you have to consider that you cannot bring heated lines too close together, depending on the way how they are produced. And this is really something you have to consider. At the same time, I mean, Jemson, the overlengths you see there, it's not looking very nice, right?
Yeah, yeah. So this they are of course having a high quality heated line. All right, we have to ensure that the contractors who lay the the heated line has to be educated as well. One of the oversight that very frequently is that is actually overlying on each other. They overlay on each other. They touching each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is very dangerous because the
Mm-hmm.
heated line is really hot inside. Yeah, and it actually exposed to equal distribution of heat. Yeah, when where the controller and also the possibility of overheating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Mm-hmm.
important that all the buyer of the heated line can always encourage to get a copy of our installation guidebook.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's an important one. I think from the theory, Jemson, you already started to explain why do we need a heated line, yeah? Especially when we look at continuous emission monitoring systems, but also in process analytical systems. It is very important, and I think the task itself always sounds so easy to bring the gas sample from place A to place B. That's it. But I think you already mentioned the big challenges we have in doing this. There might be acid dew points, so that means we require a very high temperature. And most important, maybe, as long as we have a very small area where it is not heated, and this is another topic I would say why the heated lines are often underestimated. Even if you have only 10 centimeter of unheated areas in your heated line, this can be enough to really cause condensate. And as
Yes.
soon as
Yes.
water
Yeah.
is in the line, I think we all know that you should not expect a very accurate measurement result from your analytics. Or how do you see this, Jimson?
Yeah. In fact, the our heated line or any heated line in the extractive gas analyzer, which actually contributed the most likely possibility of unstable or inaccurate measurement at the gas analyzer. So therefore, the heated line play such a vital role. Okay,
Yeah,
so because of the stability and dew
yeah,
point control, that is the
yeah.
ultimate of having a good and reliable heated line.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, Jemson, if you share the next slide, maybe that should give a little bit of an overview of what happened in the last years within PSG. Yeah, I think there are certain areas we developed new solutions for. Yeah, starting from 2013, where we had a new structure for the heated lines. As I said, more than 2,500 different configurations. So you need to structure this to, on the one hand side, show the customer what is possible, because I would say almost everything is possible, but what is also the most common situations.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I would like to shortly touch on is this, the topic safety. This is always a big topic, I would say, for us. And then we're also going to show, okay, what is new developments, new updates on heated lines. I think the heated line, and we see this more and more in our projects, in discussions with yeah, very smart sampling solutions, the heated line becomes the transport of almost anything. So we will also bring signal cables up. We will bring power supply to the gas sampling probe. So see this more as, yeah, a connection between the primary probe sampling and the analyzer system or the conditioning system. Yeah, and we should also talk about this very new development there, which is the heated line for 180 degrees PSG EMI line, something special there. Okay, so Jemson, if you share the next slide, this should show what is possible with a machine like this. So this is the tube bundle section. That means we start from really a single tube. A single tube can be the start, and then we might go to tube bundle extruded. Yeah, this shows how we produce the jacket with an extrusion line. The jackets are made from PVC or TPU. Yeah, and then it can be yeah, just with a jacket. It can be insulated lines, and then I always say that the highest category there at the end will be heated lines. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the picture shows what you can do here. So you can have many tubes at the same time, and this is the reason why we have this very big machine, the tube bundling machine, which allows us to bring all of them very close together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the next slide really gives an overview of what is possible, up to 7 tubes in one tube bundle, and that also helps us to produce these, how we call them, the hybrid lines. So that allows us to bring many different components inside one of these lines. Yeah, the configuration matrix, as I said, due to the fact that there's so many possibilities there, sometimes I think, Jameson, it's good to give the customer a little bit a reduced choice, right? Otherwise, it can also be confusing, or what do you think?
Yeah, yeah. Selling so many in the Asia. Yeah, particularly in Asia, there are so much in terms of quality discussion, pricing discussion,
Yeah,
right? It's yeah, so much discussion, right, about the analytical line. Particularly, there is an area that many people overlook.
yeah,
They
which is,
says,
what area?
what is the why? How do you regard that PSG has a high quality that they are purchasing? I always, ask them when they talk about quality and versus pricing. The most important part is two areas. First is the heating cable. Please do not jump in the price and say per meter, comparing us without first understanding what types of heating cable are we offering.
Yeah, this
So
is like
we
the
have to
engine of the
compare.
car, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, So the big engine and the small engine, both car delivered you from point one to point two, but
Yeah.
the a good engine will able to give you the comfort to able to give you not just if the chances of getting a breakdown.
That is
So
a very
always,
good point, Jimson. If you jump to slide 23, I think that gives a pretty good overview um, of the different heating cables we have. So if you continue, I think it's a little further. That should, yeah, here we go. Oh no, one slide back. I think that should give the overview. That one slide back. One click back. Yeah, very good. Thank you. No. uh, so, because the heating technology really makes a difference, like you said, like the engine of the car. And yeah, it's not just, I mean, when you install a heated line, the installation of a heated line, depending where it is, but very often it's a big challenge. So you have to climb up, you have to make sure you have a reliable company doing the installation. When you have the more flexible lines, which might be common and sometimes compared also to our solution, something we also produce, but we see these lines more for mobile applications, right? Then you even have to consider and have to be careful if you install this in a straight length up the chimney, yeah, let's say 20, 30, whatever meters, so even relatively long, you need to be very careful in the installation. That does not go for our lines due to the fact that we extrude these lines. So you can see everything is very tight together. Everything is in a perfectly way installed here and brought together. And this is the reason why even when you have very long lengths, you can just very straight install this. And I'm proud about, we have this partnership with Raychem for decades, many years. I think clearly the quality leader for heating cables. And at the same time, we also have a custom design or our own design for heating cables. So I think at the moment we might be the only company in the world supplying heated line with for 180 degrees, where you can do 120 meters with one heating circuit. And I think that is really something that is yeah, outstanding, because you only need one temperature controller, you only need one PT100. So I think that really brings a lot of advantages to the customer. And we even have this solution ATEX certified. So yeah, as you said, the heating cable always makes the difference and is very important for reliable and good solution.
yeah,
But
this
Jemson, I think the heating cable in the past, when we talk about ATEX, I think that is, yeah, even possible. And I would like to include or show one comment from Janne Seidenfaden, my colleague from the sales department, adding some very important information here, because this is the cut-to-length technology. Sometimes, James, and I have the feeling that people are afraid of doing this. And I can totally understand this. So use our service or use the service of our partners. You will get the exact lengths in a good delivery time, because we can take it from the drum and cut it on the lengths how you require this. And like Janus writes there, you even have the chance to cut it if it's too long. But talking about yeah, the safety aspect of this, Jimson, maybe I will share a video from Jonas which explains this background a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah. I think
especially
I
for
think
ATEX
most people have
areas,
never seen this.
explosion-proof areas.
Only a few people saw that. When
Hello
these are the
guys, I'm
serious
Jonas from
buyer.
PSG, and today I
Yeah,
want to talk
so
with you
here
a little bit
Jonas comes.
about conductivity, especially for ATEX areas,
Wait.
so explosion-proof areas. What you can see here is just a regular conjunction box. Here, over to my left side, you can see a conductivity meter. So just take a look at what happens if I put the conductivity meter on the conjunction box. You see that you don't see anything. So now my question for you, would you use such a conjunction box for an ATEX area installation? I wouldn't. Usually you use conjunction boxes like this one, specially designed for ATEX areas. What this means, could you see here? There is a conductivity on the surface. That means that unwanted static electricity can flow against the protective earth and isn't a risk anymore for your system, for your ATEX system. But pretty much the same goes for our heated sample lines. What you can see here is one of our usual PVC jacketed heated sample lines. We can also deliver this one with an ATEX heater, but this one would be with just regular non-conductivity, how you can see over here. So if you won't use just a regular conjunction box in an ATEX area, why use a regular heated sample line for the ATEX area? Instead, we would recommend to use our ATEX 3 heated sample line. What you can see over here, when you go to the conductivity meter, there's a fully conductive jacket on the outer side, and the conductivity even goes up until the cap, which you can see over here. So even the caps are conductive, and you can place these caps yourself. So you can cut it to length, or we can also place the caps for you. And even when you cut it to length, you have the full ATEX certificate for the whole line. So this would be one of our heated sample line courses, a little excursus. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and have a good day.
Yeah, that's so great how Jonas explained it, right? I like this. I like this video a lot. Um, but yeah, Jameson, I think at the end it's safety, right? And no one should compromise on safety on these safety topics, huh?
Precisely. In the petroleum industries, when I did a presentation or during the in the petrochemistry industries, what is their number one priorities? Safety. They can have a system on analyzers which is less accurate, but they cannot compromise safety. Number two,
Yeah,
safety. Number three is still safety.
that's true. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. No,
But there's
that's
one
very true.
area I like to
Yeah,
share
please.
with the audience here is there are many other suppliers, all right, also offering the black hose. But please, this is the most expensive. When I say expensive, it's not just the initial buying of the heated line, which has including the weight, including the installation. You need to apply permit, you need to do the cable tray, and then you need to lay and then all the connections. And I can tell you through many of my experience, all right, visiting the customers who actually comes to PSG is because the heated line that they have installed did not perform or did not bring the holding temperature after 12 months. The
Yeah,
temperature has gone down. Oh,
yeah.
that is the results of the whole impact. What can they do? There's nothing they can do but to replace a brand new one.
And that's interesting what you say, Jameson, because sometimes we have discussions that they take some additional filters, some protection filters, some protection equipment, where you
Mhm.
think, hey, if you have a proper sampling system, you don't need this. But I can understand, if you are low on the quality on the heated line, you might get condensate, you might get a lot of water if your cooler is not there, or if you
Mm-hmm.
even have a hot extractive system where you wouldn't even use a cooler to remove the water, then you want to protect your analyzer because it's very costly equipment, right?
Yes.
So,
So
wow, wow,
let
wow.
me.
Many things. Jimson, can you share the presentation? I just want to end this with two things, which is I think the last slide, or where I would like to invite for our next webinar in 2 weeks' time, because we are again already done with the 30 minutes. Please, we would like to see you joining us on the last webinar in 15th of July. It's going to be. And this is going to be probe conditioning or sample conditioning, gas drying solutions. This is something we would like to share there. And we really hope that we get the same great audience like we have this today. We are very happy. More than 150 people signed up. I hope many of them were here. And I hope we could answer many of the questions. Jemson, I think the slide afterwards is the overview of the world team. So guys, reach out, come to us. You can, it doesn't matter if you contact us via the website or any other sources. We are happy to help you find the right solution for sample transportation. And thank you, Jimson, for doing this together with me, and see you all in 2 weeks' time. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.